All right, we're back to Speedway. So the first original agenda and page 49. We've had a lot of discussion, a lot of questions about this. So hopefully we can be efficient.
Just say it.
We are an open, yep. Happy to move this. Yeah, got a mover and Councillor Roseburn. Councillor Taylor will second it. Would you like to speak? Would you?
No, yeah, I would like I'd like to thank the staff for their patience. I'd like to thank our legal team for their very quick response to a health and safety question. And I'd like to thank all the efforts of everyone who's lasted this day this far. But yeah, I definitely support this. And
we are just receiving the report just for everyone's... Yep, Hemi's... Okay.
Yeah, thank you for indulging us. I know it's a lot going on, and I know we sort of jumped in and out of, but Ngā Pōtiki, I'm still trying to find my page. We've moved through so many documents, but Ngā Pōtiki had, I guess, one that opposed, and I think that the document talks around some of the master planning and including some of the cultural narrative. I guess I was a little bit concerned, and I still am actually, around the Ngā Pōtiki opposing and the fact that, I'll be straight up, mana whenua, Speedway come in and somebody spoke and said I'm mana whenua, who he wasn't mana whenua. Probably what I'm saying is they're going to be there for a long time, for quite a while, on all things, you know, being ticked off today, and trying to bridge that gap. If I probably had my time again, I would have just about made that some sort of condition that they do encourage. So I guess I'm interested in some comment, but what I don't want to see is this development happening on Ngā Pōtiki, and we've talked around it, and there's work going on around the whole of Tauranga campus plan. So I guess I'm probably just more reinforcing my point that we need to work on ways to strengthen that relationship.
Yes, absolutely hear you. After the meeting last time, Melissa from SRL reached out to Ngā Pōtiki, to Spencer directly. I'm not sure if they have connected, but I've spoken to Melissa about we'll actively help facilitate that relationship going forward. They're definitely aware that Ngā Pōtiki have a role to play in that space as a whole, and as you've mentioned, across the master plan. So already the development has started in part of the park that BVL are leading around that cultural narrative in the centre, and as we're developing the netball space as well, and Spencer is sitting on the working group for the netball design, so those links are continuing, and I'll make sure that that Speedway relationship can grow.
Right, Martin, would you like to speak to the... Yep.
Sorry, I just wanted to reiterate the support I think I gave this originally was around the historic aspects of Speedway at Bay Park and the fact that they originally built the stadium. So I see that carrying on, but I think it's given them is an opportunity to run for another 15 years. It's up to them now to actually get the numbers through that we need, and I think we need to be really vigilant on the KPIs that we talked about during the meeting and just make sure that they are sticking to their side of the bargain. Yep. Because I do think in the long term there's better use of that space for a grander plan for Bay Park.
Is there any other discussion around the table? Yeah, Councillor Crowther.
I sort of see two sides to this issue, like a lot of the things today. I am happy to support it. There was strong community support. And in my view, it's a far better position we've found ourselves in now than where things were sitting a couple of years ago, where that space was a white bit on a map and there was no real plan of what to do with it, and the public was kind of outraged in a lot of cases. So I think we're more in tune with our community. We're looking at a cost-effective solution. All that stuff is good. My concern is that it feels uncomfortable to me that the CCO that runs the place there is actively opposed to this, and that the board are trying to look at all measures to sort of, to not have responsibility for it, which, to some extent they will. And I guess it's also a bit uncomfortable that the last we heard from Mana Whenua there was that they weren't supportive. But having said that, noticing that may have shifted, and that it's good that the organisation has reached out to them. So I'm happy to support it through, but I do think I'm probably putting my faith in the staff ensuring that all the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted to make sure we get full responsibility sheeted home where it needs to be if anything adverse happens, and that we get a good outcome for everyone out of it.
Councillor Schooler.
I'm going to add a light touch to at this time of night, but I think just from Councillor Rolliston's comment about relationships, I actually, when Speedway, it was some of the stock car racing, whatever, something was on when I was at something else, and they took me in, and I was reminded that my dad didn't take us to many things, but he did take us to Speedway because one of his patients, a lovely big Māori guy, got free tickets to the doctor. So just when you're talking to Ngā and Speedway, just, free tickets to things like this, people like that. It's bringing them in rather than having them on the outside. So just as a thought, as a relationship builder, they need more people going, so that's not costing them too much for tickets. But just that sort of thing really helps in getting people on board.
All right, if there's no more discussion, Martin, would you like a right or reply? No. Okay, then I'm happy to put the resolution to council. Ask all those in favour. Those against? That is carried, thank you. So that ends our public part of the meeting. I want to thank anyone that has stuck around for the rest of that day. Thank you for the councillors for your hard work this year, and this is the last meeting of our year, so I just wish everyone in the Rohi very Merry Christmas. Hope you have a great time with family and friends, and us along with you all come back in the new year refreshed and ready to face another year, a year that's exciting for Tauranga as the Civic Centre becomes a reality and will open in the next 12 months, as well as that revitalisation of our city centre, along with a lot of reform from local government. So there's going to be a lot of change, and there's exciting that we've approved today is in principle around a regional deal, which will be announced early in the new year. So there's plenty going on here. The city continues to grow, and as council now been in for 18 months, we've got a pretty good grip on where we need to go, and starting to deliver things and working the way we want to go, which is very much around that value for money and trying to keep things affordable for everyone. So have a great and safe end of the year, and we've got one more item to go. We're going to go back into publicly excluded. So I'll ask for a mover and seconder to go back into publicly excluded to finish off the meeting. Councillor Taylor. Councillor Roseboom, thank you. All those in favour of going to publicly excluded? Those against? That is carried. We're back in publicly